Matt, in typical Sod's Laws fashion, yesterday when we dropped the video, they pretty much dropped patch 1.02 out, aka day one patch, minutes, hours after, or at the same time as our video went up. And everyone was like, is this unpatched? Is this unpatched? Is this unpatched? It was, but now this is patched. So we're going to give a look at all 5 or 10 versions, 5 side by sides.
For Elden Ring, right? Yeah.
Basically, Elden Ring, yeah, I should have mentioned the game name. But I mean, it's on the thumbnail, it's in the title, mate. It doesn't matter. But yeah, basically, there is not that much of a difference. Across the board, I'll just get it out there, in all 10 versions. I will say, though, that the 1S version is more stable.
Oh, okay.
So whereas 25 to 30 before, it's now like 27 to 30. It can still drop below 27, but on average, it's that. Well, the 1X is 30 to 35, and again, 30 to 35. Although it can go a little bit higher. But the thing I've noticed with Elden Ring, it's all contextual.
Yes.
Depending on where you look.
Yeah.
Like if you look down, the frame rate's great.
Yeah, it depends what it's loading in and stuff like that. But it's good to see the 1S. That was the one most in need of a little boost, right? So
it was. So it's more stable. We've got the PS4 and the PS4 Pro here now. The PS4 pretty much the same. We said 29 to 31 in the first vid. It's 29 to 31 with the new patch. And the PS4 Pro, 28 to 33 in the last vid. And you know what? That's a little more stable. That's 30 to 34 now.
Okay.
And that's on average. So there are still dips. And it still goes above the 34. But like generally on average, that's basically what it is. So it's a little more stable.
And it's still uncapped, right? Like that's...
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you look down, it can go to like 40, 45, basically. But in the open world, and when you're on the horse as well, it does dip below the averages. But when you're in a kind of an area like this, and like there's a lot of obstacles blocking, the things loading in the distance and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And as you can see now on the PS4 Pro, the frame rate's going up as I'm looking down.
Yeah, I see that now. And yeah, I guess, but even here you're dealing with, fire effects and there's rain as well going on and stuff. So you're still putting it through its paces, right?
Yeah, this is it. There's loads of enemies here. This is why I did this. Right. Series S. Series S is, it was 32 to 37 before. It's more stable at 30 to 35 now.
Okay.
In quality mode. But again, that can go up to like 40 again as well. It just depends on where you're looking. Whereas the performance, whereas it was 40 to 45 to 50 before the patch, it can get up to 60 now.
Oh, okay. It's pretty good.
In the right circumstances.
Yeah.
But it's still roughly, let's say, 45 to 55.
Okay.
Right. So it's got a slight boost. But as you can see now, it's hovering in the 50s. And then it can go... But you know what I mean? It bounces around all over the place because it is non-capped.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like the patch hasn't, done wonders, has it? It hasn't worked miracles.
Well, mate, they've been working on this game for years. A day one patch literally isn't going to magically turn it to 60 FPS. And here's the next one. This is the Series X. 35 to 40 before the patch. Pretty much about the same now on quality mode. And in performance mode, 43 to 48 pre-patch. And it's 45 to 55 now. But again, bounces around all over the place. So it's hard to give a rough... It's not 30, it's not 60. It's anywhere between 45 and 55, which is a slight improvement. But it's not the massive improvement. There's still only like 10, 15 frames between the two versions instead of the 30 FPS, what you usually get between the versions.
Yes, it's a smaller jump, right?
It is, but still, it's more frames. So great, more frames. But anybody looking for the 60 FPS on the Series X, might be slightly disappointed. And last, but by no means least, I feel like I haven't stopped talking now for 4.5 minutes.
That's because you haven't.
I know, true. We had the PlayStation 5 version. The quality mode pre-patch was 40 to 45. It's actually a little worse, I found, with the patch. On average, about 38 to 43. But again, dependent on where you're looking. Whereas performance mode, 55 to 60 again. seems to be the upper echelons of
Yeah, the PS5 performance seems to be the closest you get into 60 in this game, right?
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. Yeah,
but again, even then, I saw it drop to 48.
Exactly, it does dip, and it's all contextual based on where you are, where you're looking, how many enemies and that thing. So, it's not the rock solid 60 FPS that we kind of wanted, considering that Sekiro was 60 FPS in the end, was it?
I don't know if it was.
No,
I think,
actually, I don't think. I think it was
when,
on the new consoles, but it was the last gen version, right? So
yeah, running it backwards compatible with the uncapped frame rate, and even then, it wasn't hitting 60 consistently like a lot of other back compat games were. So yeah, From Software with their frame rates, they're not great.
Right, it's a classic From Software game, but it's still great. And obviously, Matt's review is on Xbox Achievements, PlayStation Trophies, so go and check that out, folks. Thanks for watching and checking in and seeing how the frame rates have improved or haven't in most cases. Thanks for watching, folks. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Cheers, folks. Bye.
Bye.